Thanks for tuning in. We're live in Seoul on this Monday, September 26th, and I'm Hyundai. The first parliamentary audit of the 20th National Assembly has opened, but with half the seats empty. That's because the ruling and opposition parties are at odds over the Liberals' decision to file a motion to dismiss President Park's pick for Agriculture Minister. We begin with political correspondent Shin Dong-bin.
Lawmakers from the ruling Saenuri Party are boycotting the first day of the National Assembly's 20-day audit of government ministries and agencies. The Saenuri floor leader says Assembly Speaker Chung Se-gyun's decision last Friday to call a vote on dismissing Kim Jae-soo, President Park's pick for Agriculture Minister, was politically motivated.
The opposition parties and the Assembly Speaker have been politicizing the dismissal motion against the Agriculture Minister so they can extend the probing period of a special investigative committee into the Seoul ferry disaster.
Kim, who took office earlier this month, has taken heat from opposition lawmakers over potential ethical lapses, including allegations of suspicious real estate trading and receiving a loan from a bank at an unusually low rate. The ruling party is demanding the Assembly Speaker resign, saying that the dismissal vote for Kim did not follow the rules, and Saenuri Chief Lee Jung-yeon has launched a hunger strike. Assembly Speaker Chung said the vote was legitimate and did follow the rules. The main opposition Minju Party of Korea called on the ruling party to participate in the audit, which involves 12 parliamentary committees.
The ruling party has ridiculed the speaker and boycotted all parliamentary affairs. Abandoning the audit is the same as neglecting our duty to look after the people's livelihoods.
To avoid a deadlock, Chung suggested postponing the audit by 2 to 3 days, but has been met with resistance from the opposition. The ruling party has vowed to continue its boycott, so unless the parties reach some kind of a compromise, the opposition will continue to run the show. During the audit, lawmakers are expected to focus their questions to the government on such topics as the safety and effectiveness of stationing the U.S. anti-missile system THAAD on the peninsula, as well as a country's state of readiness for natural disasters like earthquakes that jolted southeastern Korea earlier this month. Shin Dong-bin, ARIRANG News.
The Supreme Prosecutor's Office has requested an arrest warrant for Lotte Group Chairman Shin Dong-bin for embezzlement of breach of trust charges amounting to roughly $154 million. Many had expected prosecutors to continue the investigation into Shin without detaining him, but officials reportedly made the decision based on the gravity of the charges against him and in consideration of possible future probes into other Korean conglomerates. The 61-year-old allegedly presided over questionable mergers and acquisitions, selling the assets at below market prices. He's also accused of amassing over $26 million in slush funds, siphoned off of the group's construction arm over the past 10 years. The court's decision on Shin's arrest is expected this Wednesday. Unionized workers at Korea's top automaker Hyundai Motor have gone on a full strike, the first of its kind in 12 years, after rejecting a compromise on a wage increase. After today's full strike, the union plans to call partial strikes of 6 hours each throughout the week, with the exception of days when there are negotiations. Assembly lines were halted earlier this morning. The strike is seen as a move to pressure the company to put forward a new proposal following their latest negotiations. The two sides reached a tentative agreement last month to raise workers' monthly wages by about $50 and give a bonus of 350% of monthly pay and a separate cash bonus of roughly $3,000. The plan was rejected by unionists, with nearly 80% voting against it. U.S. presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump will hold their first presidential debate on Monday night, and it's expected to be the most watched presidential debate in American history. Kim Mo-gyun tells us more.
Aside from their separate meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday, Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton and her Republican rival Donald Trump minimized their schedules ahead of the highly anticipated debate. The historical matchup will take place for 90 minutes from 9 p.m. at New York's Hofstra University. It will be moderated by NBC anchor Lester Holt, and the pre-announced topics are America's direction, achieving prosperity, and securing America. Clinton has 3 decades of experience in politics and a long history of high-profile debates. She stopped campaigning since last Wednesday and has been focusing on preparing for the debate. CBS News reports that her longtime aide Philippe Reines has been acting as Trump, attempting to mimic his unique debate style. On the other side of the podium, Donald Trump has been preparing while out on the campaign trail. He's been looking for Clinton's flaws in past debates with the help of Stephen Bannon, the CEO of the Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway, former New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, and others on his team. However, it's not known whether he had someone stand in for Clinton. The 2 candidates are neck and neck ahead of the debate. A poll released on Sunday by ABC News and Washington Post showed voters are split, with 46% for Clinton and 44% for Trump, well within the poll's 4.5 percentage point margin of error. Kim Mo-kyun, ARIRANG News.
Arnold Palmer, ranked one of the greatest golfers of all time, has died at age 87. Palmer died Sunday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, after being hospitalized Thursday for cardiovascular issues. Palmer has won 7 major titles, 4 Masters, 1 U.S. Open, and 2 British Opens, establishing himself as a golf star. He also won 62 events on the PGA Tour. Palmer was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 1974. And that does it for now. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for more top stories here on ARIRANG.